Hey, today's film class is absolutely amazing, and today is one of the best days of the year for me so far. What's up? It's the Culture Detective here, investigating your favorite movies, and today I'm going to be doing a movie roundup video where I talk about the movies, animes, and TV shows I've watched in the last couple of weeks or so. So, first of all, I would like to say I'm extremely tired right now, so if I stutter and don't sound right, I'm sorry. But anyways, I left Hong Kong and returned to LA. Yes. And the first movie I sorta watched was Love After Love, or Dayat Lo Hung, by An Ho, and I watched the first 20 minutes on the airplane because there are no better movies to watch. And I don't know, it just feels like one of those super slow-paced, artsy Chinese dramas, and they're just not really my thing. And I'm not gonna give it a rating now, obviously, but I don't know, I will have to watch the whole thing in order to know if it's actually good or not. But yeah, essentially there's that. After I came back to LA, I finished watching Better Call Saul Season 6, and wow, Better Call Saul ended off amazingly. The series finale is honestly one of the greatest I've seen on TV. There are tons of payoff, every character completes their arcs, and it's amazing. I'll say this, the first half of Season 6 is actually a little bit underwhelming, but the second half is just amazing. It's just all episodes in the second half are amazing to me, and I extremely enjoyed the last 4 episodes. So yeah, strong 9 out of 10. Afterwards, I went to the cinemas and watched Nope, the new movie by Jordan Peele. And damn, this is my favorite Jordan Peele film so far. I like this even more than Get Out. Yeah, this movie is easily the most slow-paced movie out of the 3 films he's made, but I actually really like the slow pace. It's atmospheric, it's ominous, and it works really well. And this movie is also a lot funnier than I thought, the humor works really well, and this is also a lot more experimental and artsy than I thought. I love the cinematography, I think the score is surprisingly good, and the Akira reference? Damn, Jordan Peele, damn! 9 out of 10. Then I watched Seeding of a Ghost, or Zhongguai, and I'm going to talk more about this movie in a future video because it's a Hong Kong movie, so I will do a Hong Kong movie video, but essentially this is an 80s horror Hong Kong movie that follows kind of a basic horror Hong Kong formula, and visually it is a blast. The visual effects is amazing, but story-wise, kind of disappointing. So yeah, strong 6 to a light 7 out of 10, perhaps. I followed that with Mado, or Mother, written and directed by the one and only amazing, fantastic Joon-Ho. And this movie is unsurprisingly fantastic. I mean, what else do you expect from one of the greatest Korean directors of all times? The story is simple, but it's very effective and extremely compelling, and the humor in this movie is great. But even though this movie is very funny, this movie is also equal parts bleak and dark, and the ending is shocking and left an extremely strong impression on me. It's the third movie I've seen from Bong Joon-ho, and it is also a third 10 out of 10 from him. Then I watched another Hong Kong movie called Naked Killer, or Tek Lo Go Yeung. This is a classic Category 3 film in Hong Kong, and Category 3 basically means R-rated, 18+. So yeah, essentially the writer of this film, Wong Zheng, takes the cop versus criminal genre, the very popular genre in Hong Kong, and make it very, very horny. But putting that aside, I think the story is just okay. Visually it is a little bit interesting, but overall it's just okay. 7 out of 10. Afterwards, I watched Pink Floyd The Wall. Yeah, again, also have been on my watch list for a very long time. And even though I don't agree with Roger Waters' political statements, especially of what he said recently about Taiwan, what the fuck? What in the actual fuck? But I cannot deny that Roger Waters had made some great things during his career, especially as part of Pink Floyd, which made the album The Wall, and the movie itself is fantastic. This is essentially a 95-minute long music video with great production, and the animated parts of this movie are fantastic. They're easily the best parts. I really love the Another Break in the Wall part, and I really love the trial in the movie as well. I think that is one of the most underrated tracks off of The Wall, and I genuinely like this movie. It gets slow in the middle, but overall it's great. And as a guy who's been a Pink Floyd fan since I was like 12 years old, this is very satisfying to watch. 9 out of 10. I followed that up by watching Paprika by Kon Satoshi, and not kidding, this is probably my favorite anime film to date. This is basically everything you would want in a great anime film. Great colors, creative story, twists and turns, a bleak backdrop, humor, snappy, quick, creative editing, the scene transitions, oh my god. Interesting layered characters and socio-political consciousness. It's just everything all within 90 minutes long. It does what Inception did and even more. It is honestly impressive, and I could totally see why Nolan decided to maybe steal some of the ideas from this movie. Allegedly, I don't even know if he really did steal some ideas from this movie, but Paprika, amazing. 10 out of 10. Then I finished watching Neon Genesis Evangelion and Evangelion, yes. And yeah, this is an anime that I don't even know what to think of it. I did a review on this already that's nearly 40 minutes long, so watch that video, I guess, because it's really difficult for me to put down my thoughts about this anime right now. But to put it simply, I understand why it's good. I really do. But I'm just not enjoying it as much as I want to, and I think that's partially my fault because lately I've been watching too many movies and too many TV shows and animes, and I feel kind of burnt out, and maybe because of that I didn't enjoy it as much as I wanted to. So I don't know, I'll have to rewatch it to find out. So right now I'm gonna leave it unrated. Yeah. Then I went to the theaters and watched Blue Island, or Yaowazido. This is the new half documentary, half narrative political movie from Hong Kong, and it is alright. The narrative parts are decent at best. Some of the acting are not great, of course, given that the director used non-actors, but the documentary parts are actually pretty good. They're pretty insightful and heartfelt, and overall it's not bad. 8 out of 10. Then I watched The Ghost Rider, which is a movie directed by Roman Polanski, unfortunately. So this is actually a rewatch. I watched this movie for the first time in January of 2020, and I loved it a lot, and I decided to watch it again. So here's the thing. Originally, I planned to watch Andrei Tarkovsky, but I just cannot find Andrei Tarkovsky anywhere on the internet with subtitles. Yeah. I gave up, really. So instead, given how burnt out I am, I'm like, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna watch a movie that I legitimately enjoy, because I enjoy it, and not as a chore, not because I want to review it or anything. So yeah, as expected, I really like The Ghost Rider. It still holds up. The story is really well paced, and the mystery is engrossing, to say the least. This is definitely one of my favorite political thrillers of all times. 9 out of 10. Then I watched Hotel Del Luna Episode 1. Yes, so given that I'm already talking about it now, which means that I have dropped it. But yeah, earlier this year I promised that I would watch more K-dramas, and one of the people from the church that I've been going recommended Hotel Del Luna to me, and wow, it's a lot worse than I thought. Aside from IU being a dommy mommy, pretty much everything else about this K-drama is pretty bad. None of the characters are likable, and the music is so obnoxious. They lace the whole thing with music. Ultra dramatic, cheap ass, royalty-free type beat music, and the editing is so annoying. It's so glossy and dramatic and cheesy. The CGI is also really bad. I'm not invested with the story at all, which is a rare. As far as K-drama goes, as far as Korean movies go, I usually get invested in the characters very early on, so I don't know what the hell happened. So judging this episode alone, 5 out of 10. But obviously I can't exactly give this a rating right now because I haven't finished Hotel Del Luna at all, and I don't even plan to. I'm gonna drop it, I'm gonna watch something else. I'm gonna watch another K-drama, maybe next month, I don't know. But Hotel Del Luna is a really weak one, unfortunately. And of course, to redeem the Korean enjoyment, I watched Train to Busan from the year 2016, and damn, it is a surprisingly great film. I actually enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. South Korea really knows how to take a Hollywood movie formula and make it even more entertaining by simplifying it. The story is simple conflict, the main character has a flaw, he's selfish, then he changes over time and becomes selfless. Easy peasy. Nothing all that fancy, and it just works out. And I also love that there are no gunshots in this movie, because in a zombie movie, guns are overpowered. And given that it is set in South Korea and guns are illegal, no guns, which makes it a lot more exciting. If it happened in America, people would be whipping out pistols and handguns first thing. And the death scenes in this movie are really emotional. Not gonna lie, I almost cried. Twice. 8 out of 10. Finally, I watched Hell or High Water. So I watched this movie for my film history class, but turns out it's not even a film history class. Turns out it's international cinema somehow. But yeah, our professor decided to start off the first week by screening an American film to show how American movies do not necessarily represent American cinema and American culture. And yeah, I think it's fine. They basically took the Coen brothers formula and made it very accessible, but it is genuinely well-paced, well-acted, and there's nothing wrong with the directing either. But overall, it's alright. It didn't blow me away or anything. 8 out of 10. And on top of that, I actually planned to watch Tokyo Story by Ozu Yasuhiro, but I'm just so freaking tired today. I'm so tired, and I just want to sleep. So, I'm sorry. No Tokyo Story. I'll watch it tomorrow, maybe. So yeah, these are my thoughts on these movies. Have you watched these movies? Comments below, let me know. Subscribe if you want more, and thanks for watching.